it's long ago we saw us in person. So
I know. Sitting beside each other in those committee meetings. I know. We're glad to have you. You know, you're in District 7770, South Carolina, my district, the best district in the world. I want you to know that, Holger. Okay? And the best Rotarians. And we do have Pauline on here, who is your governor this year. Pauline, you're on here.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, she is. She's on
Yes,
here.
I am, and honored to be here. Honored to serve with you. We've had a great year.
I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to visit all institutes.
Yes.
1.5 years ago in the US, and most of the pets, at least, was also another opportunity to meet all governors and all Rotarians. So that's are my really good memories.
They are, and they were far and few between this year. So we enjoy the memory of it all. So thank you so much.
So one request, Anne, please.
Yes.
Please don't no long introductions. I think everybody knows.
I agree with you.
My name is Holger. That's enough. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's what I like also. So Johnny, let me turn it to you and to your president. I think she's going to open it, and then we'll go from there.
Flag salute followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, fellow Rotarians, to Camden Rotary. We are deeply honored today to have our current Rotary International President, Holger Knaack, with us today, as well as so many VIP fellow Rotarians. I'll ask Johnny Deal to come up front and introduce some of these special we have today.
Thank you, Madam President. It is indeed a fine day in Camden Rotary in District 7770. We're honored to have our Rotary International President with us. I'm going to also take the cue from the President and make a short introduction, probably the shortest introduction Ann Matthews has ever had. Ann Matthews is a past Rotary International Vice President and a past Rotary District Governor of 7770. It is my honor to turn the program over to her.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you so much. As I said a minute ago, it's an honor to be with you in Camden today. This is a great club, Holger, one of our best in District 7770. Good people, good Rotarians. We do welcome you to South Carolina. Holger was going to be here for $1 million dinner in May, but because of the pandemic, we cannot do that, and we regret that tremendously. Let me say a couple of things about Holger. I know him well. I've known him for years. He and I have worked on a lot of different committees together. Holger's done everything. He really has. He's been a director. He's been on the executive committee. He has been chair of a moderator of the Rotary International Assembly. He's also co-chair of the Hamburg, as some people say, convention back in 2019. He's been a training leader. He and Suzanne, who is his wife of 43 years, and I do love Suzanne. She's such a sweet lady. Anyway, they have hosted, this is what I think is important, more than 40 Rotary Youth Exchange students. He's for and about our youth. He loves our youth. He loves the Rotary and anything to do with our young people, our youth. And I'm not going to say more except to say he's done all of it. He's done all of it. That's why he's the president. And I'd say one other thing, Holger, do you remember a few years ago, we were in a committee meeting and I went over to you and I nudged you and I said, Holger, you got to run for the president of Rotary International. And you just smiled, your nice smile, because he's a nice, kind, decent person. He didn't say anything, but I knew he was Rotary presidential material. So Holger, welcome. Welcome to South Carolina. Welcome to the Camden Club. We love having you here.
Thank you very much. And thank all of you, but especially Anne, of course. And you have to know, we served for 1 year on the board of directors. So Anne was my vice president, at least. Yes, that's and we had great times, and of course in person. And now today I'm sitting nearly all of you at home. and I'm doing this right now since 14 months. So my last travel was really while visiting all the different multi-district pads in the US. And the last one was in Michigan. And you know, New York was canceled and all the others were canceled then. And so I drove back to Evanston, and then I sat together with President Mark Maloney that time, and when he decided then also to cancel the international convention, of course, because it's and nobody had an idea that it's 1 year after that. I'm still sitting here at home, and but I think we have to count with that, or to live with that somewhat longer, because we can come back to normal. So that's what I'm doing right now. I have no idea, but no, I think I will be the first Rotary International president being just a virtual president. I have no idea when I can go back to Evanston. There's a lot of stuff in my office, in my apartment over there. I have never been as a president in this office. So, and I will never sit in my presidential chair with this wonderful view over the skylines of Chicago. So, but it's how it is. I'm healthy. I think that's the most important thing. You are healthy. And by the way, our president-elect is on a good way to recover. So I think that's the really good news since yesterday. So, but what really happens right now, I'm all day long, not all day long, but all day on Zoom meetings like this here, sometimes with 500 and more people, sometimes with just a club like this here. I love it because that's much more, it's like a private meeting here, what we are doing. It's like a coffee chat, and I really like it. But with this, I'm definitely meeting more people virtual than I would ever meet when I would travel the world. That's definitely, because I don't know how many thousands of people I'm meeting via Zoom day by day, and that's a good thing. And by the way, we are saving a lot of money in Rotary International right now while nobody is traveling. But that will change. But I will come to this. I will come to this later. When I talked in San Diego, that was the last large event of Rotary International, I spoke about change and being revolutionary. Nobody had any idea how this change would look like. And today, yes, I think we are revolutionary because we are all meeting on the internet. And I'm really proud of our Rotary clubs because they adapted much faster than expected this new technology. And my wish right now is really, and that's to all Rotary clubs, and of course also to your Rotary clubs, please stay with this, what we are learning right now. Keep all the good things, not all the things, but keep the good things we are learning right now, having probably as an example, once a month, a virtual meeting or a hybrid meeting where you can invite really great speakers from everywhere in the world. And think this is for me the miracle of today. So I'm the traveling the world virtually, and you know what is the greatest value for me? Wherever you go, you are meeting incredible, great people in Rotary. I think that's the value for itself. These great people you're able to meet everywhere. And of course, we can't wait to go back to normal, or to the so-called new normal. I think all of us would love to hug each other, to have a beer or a coffee together and just sitting around and talking. But I think this will come. But again, please keep all the good things, because that's unbelievable what we are able to achieve in Rotary. You know, I'm a strong believer of autonomous Rotary clubs. I think that's really the strength of Rotary, this 36,000 plus Rotary clubs plus 10,000 Rotary clubs, and they are, yes, independent. And that's why Rotary is so diverse everywhere in the world. But if I think of the future, That's why I'm really asking Rotary clubs, please do at least one strategic meeting a year. What I can do, what the governor can do, the director, they just can give you some advices. You must not follow this advice. But if Rotary clubs are thinking of their own future, where they want to go, I think my advice is please do once a year a strategic meeting where you are thinking about your own future, where you want to go. And we have one problem in the so-called developed world. That's all over North America. That's all over Europe. We are really facing an overaged society. And as a result, our Rotary clubs becoming older and older and older. That's what I'm telling people always. We have to fight this. We have to make sure that we are really attractive for young professionals, for young leaders, for Rotaractors, of course, and for all of our alumni. I think that's our major task of today, because our societies are growing into age. I think in Germany, we have an average age of 65 right now in our Rotary clubs. That's pretty high. In the United Kingdom, that average age is already 75. Think of that, 75 as an average age in a Rotary club. How can these clubs are interesting, attractive for young professionals? And that's my greatest concerns today. But again, clubs have to find their own solution. And the solution is always, we have to look for the needs of younger people. It's easy for us to look back and to do what we love to do. And but I think that's not a solution for us. If we want to be attractive for younger members, for young professionals in the future, we really have to look for their needs, what they want, what kind of Rotary they would like. I'm very often saying older Rotarians may complain that the new Rotary doesn't look like their old Rotary. And that is okay, because we have to look into the future. When I choose my theme, Rotary opens opportunities, I had no idea about these opportunities. So like past RI President Marco Maloney had no idea how Rotary connect the world virtually. But for me, I like, of course, still this theme, because it works in different directions. It works for the people we serve. Of course, we are opening opportunities when we are providing eyeglasses, a wheelchair, clean water, a microcredit, basic education. With our projects, we are really changing lives of people. We are opening opportunities. But, and this is, I think, also important when we are looking for new members, we are also opening opportunities for our members, for us, for prospective members. Of course, the opportunity for service, doing service by ourselves, locally, but also internationally. And that's, I think, that is so important that people know we are doing service and see the result firsthand. We're not just contributing money, we are doing the service firsthand. And then for me, Rotary is an ideal platform of today for international networking. It's about personal growth. I think becoming a member of a Rotary Club, you will be a better leader, a better citizen, a better human. For me, it was important also to widen my perspective, to get another horizon through our friends in Rotary. I think there are so many things we are opening opportunities for us as members, meeting friends around the world, being part of fellowships, inter-country committees, of action groups. We can do friendship exchange, and we can really serve in our youth programs, what I, as Anne said, really love. So there are so many opportunities we are opening for our members, and I'm asking you really, that's something you should tell prospective members, because that's something unique. And when I'm asking you to do a strategic meeting, at least once a year, I think one of the most important questions is, what is the added value your club brings to your members? And what makes your Rotary Club so unique? So, and Matthew already told me this is the best club in the world. Okay, that's something what makes your club unique, and you can go with that. But I think these are questions every Rotary Club should find an answer for that. And one thing I'm always telling people also is select, please, your members carefully, because all of you know we are gaining 150,000 new members a year, and we are losing the same number of members a year. There is an in and out into Rotary clubs, and I strongly believe that everybody who leaves a Rotary club is normally telling bad stories, and that affects our image. So that's I think that's so important for Rotary in the future, to be attractive for younger members, to be relevant in the future. I don't have to tell you that we need more women. I saw on the screen so many women. That's always a story I'm telling German Rotary clubs, because they are, as a German, I'm really happy to have the Japanese Rotary clubs, because they are worse in their percentage of women than Germans. But we are making progress, I tell you that. But another point, that's my last point here, whenever I'm talking about making Rotary younger and looking for young members, looking for Rotaractors, include alumni, that's one of my major messages. One message is also, there is no wrong age to become a Rotarian. Of course, every age is welcome. Every age has something to contribute. And I'm really asking also clubs, look for early retirees. So they have the passion, they have the time, and sometimes also the money to make contributions to clubs and to our Rotary Foundation. So there's a lot to do in the future, but really my focus is really on making sure that clubs are being aware that they have to be attractive for younger members, because that is our only future we have. It's this thinking, and it's up to you. Every Rotary Club is doing its decisions for itself. That's one of our strengths, sometimes also one of our weaknesses, but mostly our strength in Rotary. Last point is what is an issue right now everywhere. That's our diversity, equity, and inclusion statement. And you know, Rotarians can be proud that we have this statement already since more than a year. It's launched that more than 2 years, before things accelerated everywhere. We came up with this statement. Now we are really looking for taking this statement into action. And again, it looks different everywhere, because racism probably everywhere, discrimination definitely everywhere in this world. And as a Rotarian, we should really stand up and to speak against that. There is no doubt. It looks everywhere different, and I could discuss with you for an hour right now. Every country has to solve its problem by its own, because that looks everywhere different. What happens in your country is different in Europe. It's different in England and France. It's again different in my country, but problems are really everywhere. And I think what Rotary can do is, Rotary clubs can do, every Rotarian can do, to speak against discrimination when it comes to discrimination. And for Rotary clubs, look a little bit beyond our normal view when we are looking for new members. There are so many people we are probably not thinking about when we are looking for members in our Rotary clubs. And with this, I'm talking again too much. I would love to have more a chat with you. And I see already there are some questions in the chat, but we can also go with direct question. So whatever you want, we are just a few people here. Let's do what fits best for us. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you, Mr. President. We do have a couple of chat questions, if you don't mind. Where do we see on the world the greatest number of Rotaractors coming into Rotary? Where are they coming from?
I think, by the way, the most Rotaractors are in India. We all know that. And but right now we are not tracking exactly the number of Rotaractors became Rotarians. We start that right now, right after Rotaract is Rotary clubs are also members of Rotary International. We start to track them. Before that, it was not possible. And even if you get a new member in your Rotary club, I think in the application formula, there is no question, are you a former Rotaractor? But I'm not just interested in Rotaractors, I'm also interested if they are alumni, former RILA participants or youth exchange students or scholars.
Thank you, Mr. President. You answered one of the questions. One of the questions was, how did you come up with your theme? You did answer that. And one more question, based on the current need for COVID-19 vaccine across the world, is Rotary International involved in urging our partners and governments to send their unused vaccines to other countries who are in dire need?
Yes, we are not a partner in this global initiative COVAX. So that's done by Gavi, by UNICEF and WHO. What we are doing is advocacy in our countries. And that's first of all regarding doing advocacy for vaccine, to let people know that vaccines working and that vaccines is necessary. So there are so many people, and by the way, unfortunately, this number is growing of people who are thinking there is no need for being vaccinated. And I heard about numbers in your country, but we can also see this in Europe. So we're doing advocacy for letting people know and fighting misunderstanding. I think that's one thing we do. We do advocacy in all countries to governments, asking for a fair contribution. And that includes, of course, sending doses that they don't need into other countries. I think in Europe, there's no situation like this. I think right now, the United States is the only country where there is probably too many doses of vaccine. So, but I think it's up to clubs. No, it's up to different regions to do advocacy. That's the only thing what we can do, reaching out to our governments, and we do that, asking them for a fair distribution. We had just last week a report from Gavi in our task force, in our COVID-19 task force, and this task force are the three incoming presidents, and also trustees, chairs of the trustee and incoming chairs of the Rotary Foundation. And so we got a report from Gavi, what COVAX is doing right now. And the problem is indeed the lack of vaccines. And right now we see that in India, normally is producing, I think, the most doses in the world in their factories. But right now they stopped exporting that because of the need in their own country. By the way, that's something what really concerned me. That's selfishness right now. Every country is just looking at its own, getting as many doses as possible. But we can't win the fight against COVID before all countries have enough vaccine to vaccinate their people. So thank you for that question. But there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do.
Thank you, Mr. President. We got one shot of the folks here in the room. Are there any questions in the room for Mr. President? I think that's everybody on chat.
No, you have one more.
Okay.
Look at the bottom. It says, President Holger, have you been able to travel in Germany, anywhere in your country? Have you been able to do that?
Yes, absolutely. Last July, last July, it was possible. I met 2 districts, and my goal was at least to visit all districts in Germany, but it doesn't work. So, but I made a trip to our international office in Zurich. Yeah. We were still working in person in July, but they stopped that in, I think, September. So I had the opportunity to visit the Swiss districts and after that also the Austrian districts. But then I went home again, and everything done by car. But I have some memories here.
Well, good. That's good. That's good. We've enjoyed having you today. You've been great. We're just so thankful that you took time to be with us. We know there's a, what, 6 hours difference at least? So, Johnny may want to say something, the president may, but I personally want to thank you for doing this today. And it's so nice to see you. So nice to see you, Holger.
Thank you. And, you know, it's for me, it's a pleasure right now. It's always a pleasure, and especially to speak to clubs and not just in large events, because I'm learning a lot while chatting, because then you have an impression what's going on in Rotary clubs. That's so important.
Okay.
There's still 2 months to go for me. And
Yeah.
after that, you know that.
Yeah.
We are leaving office. So, okay, the NRI president had the opportunity, I love this word, NRI president has the opportunity to be elected as a trustee of the Rotary Foundation, you know that. And so if I'm making not too many thoughts in the next couple of months, I have a good chance to do that. But again, after all your offices in Rotary, you are stepping back and becoming an ordinary Rotarian. And that's why I'm always emphasis on Rotary clubs. At the very end, you are still, and the only office you have is member of your own Rotary club, and you are happy to be among friends. And I think that's one of the important things in Rotary. That's why I'm always putting emphasis on the Rotary club. That's where we all came from, and at the end, we are all just members of our clubs.
That's true.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, we've got one more chat question, and this comes from a member of our club in Camden. The first question is, what German beer do you recommend?
I love this question. And you know, this is Veltins, and I can tell you the reason. One past governor from District 1900 is the owner, and his wife. They are the owner of one of the premier and largest breweries in Germany. And he took the time becoming a governor in Germany. And so I really prefer his beer, the family, it's family owned, still just family owned. And so Veltins.
Okay.
And one other question, can local German Rotary clubs take memberships from United States soldiers and airmen based in Germany?
I think it's probably more a question of language than a question of are they members of the army or not. So I think there's no hesitation to do that. Why not? There's no reason not to have members of the American Army now. So we are welcoming them, of course. And I have a lot of friends down in Bavaria from serving in the American Army there.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. President, I think that's probably all of our questions. I know your time is limited. It is truly an honor to have had you with us today. Thank you for your inspiration, your wisdom, and your leadership, and your commitment of service above self. So again, thank you so much. As a thank you, we will, as a token of appreciation, we will be making a contribution to our local Kershaw County Children's Library in your honor. So again, thank you so much for being with us today. Also, I want to also thank our VIPs. Always an honor to have you guys join us, and we'd love for you to join us anytime you're able. So again, thank you for everyone being here today with us.
Thank you.
I thank all of you, and please let me know if your next $1 million dinner is coming up. If possible, I would love to join that.
Okay.
But
thank you.
probably next year.
That. We would love that. We'll let you know. Thank you. Best wishes.
Thank you very much,
Best
and
wishes.
please stay healthy, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we'll turn it over to our Camden Rotary business side of things. So we've got our own Stuart Kidd, who's going to do health and happiness for us today. Stuart.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Stuart.
It is indeed good to be back with you today. And on this special occasion when we have a VIP speaker here today. So I hope this won't be too anticlimactic, but it's good to see all of you and be back among friends. We do have a couple of announcements to make regarding health and happiness, and I hope I can read this here, but we have a number of birthdays that should be recognized. Of course, we have John Holman on the 29th of April. We have Vincent Shaheen also on the 29th, and Jim Shaw on the 1st of May. And for anyone that's interested, mine is May 3rd. So there's also a list on Amazon if you would care to look that up. We have some membership anniversaries. Tommy Rose is 48 years. How about that? Congratulations to Tommy. And Don Terrell, 45 years. And Alfred May Drakeford is 14 years. A few wedding anniversaries on the horizon here. Moultrie Burns and Fran are celebrating on the 29th, 21 years of marital bliss. So congratulations to them. And Deb and Doug Spear on May 4th, 2 years. And Douglas Spear, and of course, Deborah, the other way around, right? Same day. Imagine that. Now, I wanted to provide something for this occasion. Not necessarily humorous, but hopefully will encapsulate the very special occasion that we had here today. And so I'm going to call this a tribute to Rotary. Rotary is everywhere. We know this to be so. And our Rotary Club is always on the go. So what brings us back and why do we stay working hard for our club day after day? It's the feeling we get right down to our core. It's our service, our passion, when we give more and give more. As I look out today on you great group of friends, I know that I'll be sad when this meeting ends. Yes, Rotary is everywhere in spirit and in action, and this gives us all a sense of satisfaction. Service above self, and the question, is it fair? Are some of the values that we Rotarians share. Projects for clean water and ending polio and battling Alzheimer's are in our portfolio. Rotary addresses literacy and improves sanitation, so we look to President Knaack to provide our inspiration. Purchasing shoes that make for happy feet. The list could go on, but still be incomplete. Sometimes it seems our work is never done, but with Rotarians like you, it's always great fun. The bell will soon ring and we'll depart from this place, but we'll fan out to extend our compassion and grace. So until next week, when we meet here once more, let our service lift spirits so that humanity will soar. Good afternoon.
Very good. Great job, Stuart, as always. I know you guys are in for a treat because following, we've got President-elect Stephen Davis, and then following him will also be Stuart. So we've got some great President-elects coming up. So I know y'all look forward to having some time with them. For announcements, I just wanted to thank the group. We've got a group going to do Stacks of Love shopping today. So thank y'all for doing that. I think they're going to be, as soon as we wrap up the meeting, they'll be heading over. So thank you for doing that for us. Meals on Wheels reminder, May 3rd, Sunny Smith and Roland Wyndham will be delivering the Meals on Wheels. On May 15th at 8 o'clock, we'll do a litter pickup project. I don't think we've done that in a while, so I hope everybody can attend that. That will be May 15th at 8 a.m. Meet at the Old Armory. And I believe Bill's got a sign-up sheet that he was going to send around as well, or you can email him, Bill Nettles, and let him know if you can attend. And also in addition to that, the Kershaw County Clean Committee is looking for volunteers. We're really trying to clean up our community. So if any of y'all are interested, you could reach out to Bill or myself and we can get you more information, but we would love to have some other Rotary volunteers to support that project as well. Also, remember the CART fund. I'm doing a little extra today, and I encourage all of you, if you're able, to reach into your pockets and put a little extra into the CART fund. That's all the announcements I have. Do y'all have any other announcements? Somebody over there you're pointing to? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm forgetting John Metters is in the house. Do you have a special announcement?
The president was on there, but I didn't interrupt. He said, well, everybody here. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Happy Thursday. Thank you, John. I'm sorry I missed that. Any other announcement?
May I just take a minute to promote the meeting next Tuesday of the All Club Conference and Awards? I put it in the chat box. It's at 6:15 p.m. So we hope you all can make it. The theme is Family of Rotary. So look forward to seeing some of you there.
And Johnny Dill, can you send that link out as well so everybody will have that, so they can easily access that? Thank you so much for reminding me of that. Any other announcements? If not, let us be guided this week in our thoughts and actions by the Rotary four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. And now let's repeat together the four-way test. And you can stand if you like. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? If there's nothing else for the good of Rotary, we are adjourned.